Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Mr. Sanchez Explains. I apologize for not doing a lot more videos like I was hoping for. Teaching is definitely hard work, which shouldn't be a surprise. I'm in my fifth year teaching, and it's definitely been an adjustment this time around. And then, of course, with my wife being pregnant and all, it's been hard to make these videos. But there's definitely a lot of pull for this one because with my wife, obviously, she can give birth any day now, which is awesome. We're so excited to see Alan. And then, of course, with the Supreme Court's decision now that they're working with the oral arguments in the Mississippi case, I definitely felt this pull to try to at least talk about the perspective of pro-life in my life, because obviously, if I do the whole church teachings, this is going to be a very long video. And I've seen on my news feed on Facebook people, you know, talking about the pro-choice side. Nothing there's wrong with that. We need discussions. We need to have these conversations. But I definitely felt a pull to let's talk about the pro-life perspective. So during this video, I will start, of course, with just very basic church teachings and Bible passages that go to pro-life and why we protect it. But I will honestly mostly make this video about my experience with the pro-life. Why am I pro-life? That way, like I said, the video is not too long, and also this way, hopefully, it could show more care. Because don't get me wrong, the church does care. The church very much cares about everybody, everyone's walk of life. The church is actually very loving because Jesus is love. God is love, right? But unfortunately, media likes to make it look like we're very intolerable people, and that's the thing. There are unfortunately some, but at the same time, I can easily say there's some very intolerable pro-choice people. Where I also know there's very tolerable pro-choice people, very good people. So I just want to definitely show you like there is actually like tolerableness and there's actually care and compassion. But keep that in mind, even though it may be tolerable, that doesn't affect the truth because truth is truth. That's why I want to start with these teachings. That way we see that, and then I can show how I just developed in my life with that. All right, so first, because I know some people may watch this may not even be Catholic, we'll go ahead and start with the Bible. All right. So actually, I'm going to actually use my phone versus the Bible just because I have some scriptures there. So some of the most common pro-life scriptures. Why do we even believe life should be protected? Well, of course, in the Old Testament, guaranteed pro-lifers know this one. Left up. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you were born, I consecrated you. I appointed you a prophet to the nations. Jeremiah 1:5. So obviously, before we were even formed, God knew us. So God knew exactly who I was before I was even conceived. If you want a more New Testament, we also have, but when he who had set me apart before I was born had called me through his grace, clearly St. Paul talked about how he was known before he was even born. So New Testament St. Paul. Now, of course, we even have Jesus here who said, I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. So Jesus came here to have life, and we're supposed to have fullness of life. That's why we believe as Catholics from conception to natural death. Now, I understand, I will talk about this later, part two, but we're also going to be mostly focusing on the conception part. But we do believe in life from conception to natural death. That's the Catholic belief, as long as other Christians as well. So those are some Bible scriptures. Now I was going to go to the Catechism of the Catholic Church, and starting on. So if you do have the Catechism, it starts with 2,270 with abortion. Now, obviously, in the Catechism, it also talks about different forms of it for those who cooperate with it, things like that. We're just going to keep it just a simple first thing of the pro-life. This way, like I said, we can get more perspective on what the church says. Human life must be respected and protected absolutely from the moment of conception. From the first moment of his existence, a human being must be recognized as having the rights of a person, among which is the inviolable right of every innocent being to life. So the idea that we have that innate right of life. Like I said, the Catechism goes in more as well. Please feel free to look that up and read as well. And then also, last thing with the churches before we get to my opinions on these and then others, is the Church Fathers. The Fathers Know Best is a very wonderful book. Talks about early beliefs of the Church Fathers, showing that even the early Christians were practicing this. Alrighty, so let me get that opened. So, for example, let's go ahead and just pick one of these random ones. We'll pick the letter of Barnabas. The way of light then is as follows. If anyone desires to travel to the appropriate place, he must be zealous in his works. The knowledge, therefore, that is given to us to walk in this way is the following. You shall not slay the child by procuring abortion, nor shall you destroy it after it is born. So clearly, not only do you not kill a child or even anyone after you're born, you don't kill a child in the womb. So, like I said, there's way more evidence in here as well. I'm just trying to keep this sort of sweet in a way. So there we see Bible scriptures from Jesus himself, from St. Paul, Jeremiah, Old and New Testament. We also see in the Catechism the church's stance on abortion, plus what early church fathers believed. Now, my personal opinion on those is it's true. We don't believe in murder, right? Thou shalt not kill. So logically, it makes sense as an adult. I mean, I shouldn't be killing my wife. No one should try to kill me. I should not try to kill others. Everyone gets that. We get that from when the baby is here till after. Now, yes, some people do break those laws, and that's unfortunate, and we have to pray for their souls. We pray for everybody. But the whole point is, we understand that. But yet, there's always been this argument about the womb and conception and what happens in the pregnancy stage. So let's go ahead and start talking about that. First, sorry, my wife's giving me a time frame note, but it'll all work out, right? I hope. So let's see. Let's go ahead and start with. Sorry, that actually threw me off a little bit. So, when I was a kid, all I understood was life has to be protected and you're always kind to others. That's the whole point of being pro life. I'm kind to my friends. I'm kind to my family. I'm kind to others. Even if someone's not kind to me, I need to do my best to be kind to them. That's protecting life. That's how I was raised with it. I actually never knew about abortion, truthfully, till I got into late high school, college. That's when I finally started to hear about it. But by the time I heard of that, I was like, no, I mean, you should protect the child. Everyone's life is valued. You should protect that. And that's at least how I developed into that regard. And then more of that was definitely reassured with my nieces and my nephews first. Just the fact of seeing, like, especially my sister, because I got to see her pregnant a lot because she was living in the States. You got to see how she developed and how she kept carrying life that entire time, and definitely knowing there's something there. There's a person there. And definitely did everything we can to protect that little one. And she did everything she could to protect the little one, which is good. So definitely important with that regard for my belief of there's someone in there and that we need to do everything we can to protect that someone. Now, of course, me and my wife, we have a little someone as well. As you can see, we have all the pictures of the ultrasound right here. This is his 6 weeks photo. Then it looks like we have his 13-week photo. A lot of 13-week video, actually. Then a 15-week photo. And then last week, a 21-week photo. We've been very blessed with a very beautiful pregnancy so far. That little Alan is doing wonderful. And that he's definitely all right. But as you can see, he keeps growing. We see that there's a person in there. And for us, that's why we want to protect him as much as we can. We have taken the precautions. We've obviously, my wife has been wonderful. She loves raw fish. She's chosen not to eat it because she heard that it could affect the baby. So she's definitely done everything she can to protect little Alan as best as she can. And of course, I do everything I can to support her and help her with that. So that's pretty much my thing with the whole pro-life thing is that those ideas. Now, we're obviously being careful with that. So, why is there some divide on this Mississippi case and why we should be praying? Because, like I said, this helped me want to say this. we should be praying that this goes well and can protect more life. Now, I believe they're protecting for viability of 15 weeks, which, once again, I would agree with because at 15 weeks, there he is. He's right there. You can see the head. There's the little body. Oh, there's his little legs. Isn't he adorable? So that's him at 15 weeks. Now, this is what always amazes me. So that's him at 15 weeks. Here he is at 13 weeks. So just a couple weeks beforehand. You still see the head. You still see the body. This is clearly a human being. There's a 13 week. Now, these are 6 weeks. Now, I will give credit where credit's due. I know it may not look like a person, but in my head, it's like, well, he's right here. He started off here. That's a person. He just grew. For example, I'm an adult. I was an adult when I turned 18. That doesn't discount the first 17 years of my life. I was growing. This is growth. So, I'm all for this, and this is why we should be praying for this case to go well. Just because if they are able to pull this off, we can protect more lives, and more lives is good because they are blessings. Um, and like I said, I don't want to try to get into the politics of this as best I can, because obviously there's been some who say like, "Ooh, 63 conservative judges," or even the Democrats trying to move for, "Ooh, we should add more court judges." I want to make this clear. If the shoe was on the other foot, Republicans would be probably maybe even pushing for more judges, and all of a sudden Democrats may be like, if it was a 63 liberal judge, oh, they're protecting rights, they're doing what they're supposed to. We need to keep politics out of this. Let's just keep it to life. And I can tell you right now that that's why I'm pro-life, is because we're always kind to others. We always need to be good to everybody, and killing is wrong. I've always understood that, and I can just tell you, seeing other pregnancies, and then even going through the own pregnancy of my wife right now, there is life in there. It should be protected. So let's pray definitely that life is safe. Let's pray that life is protected. Now, obviously, I know people may have different opinions. This was not meant to be that way because actually I had a lot of notes written down to bring up other arguments. Um, so actually, let me actually do that too. Let me go and just say these really, really quickly, and then I'll end the video. Because when I became an adult, these arguments actually helped me even better my stance with pro-life. So one, Trent Horn's a wonderful apologetics person with pro-life movement. He brought up this thing: what are the unborn? Because if the unborn are not human, then there's nothing big deal. Don't worry about them. Don't need to protect them. But if they are human, they deserve rights. So that's a good question to think about. What are the unborn? Because if they are human, they need to be protected. They have rights. Another one that he brought up that was really good is we have to understand if it's wrong to kill like a 1 or 2 year old, then if that's wrong, we need to protect the conception, the babies in there, because they're still babies. A 1 year old, a newborn. I mean, it's wrong either way. So why are we going to justify it just because it's in the womb? And then another one that we have to watch out for and good for protection is morality. I've heard this before from people when I've talked to them saying, you're just trying to impose your morality on us. You're trying to make us do this. Well, first off, I can say vice versa. You're trying to push your stuff on me. I mean, as a public school teacher, I can't spread my faith to the students, obviously. So that's imposing your stuff on me. But even if we're going here, we tell everybody stealing's wrong. We tell everybody cheating is wrong. We tell everybody that killing is wrong. So morality does play a factor in the states, because that's how our laws are made. We try to take care of everyone as best as we can. So I would definitely say be worried about, be thinking about that. Make sure you're actually thinking about that. Morality is in our states. We want to do what's best for everybody as best as possible. So I'm not forcing my morality on you, saying we need to protect the little ones. I just think that they are alive. There is life there. We should protect them. That's not opposing morality. I mean, would you guys say I'm opposing morality if I told you we shouldn't go to a bank and rob money? You would tell me, no, you're wrong. We don't steal. But didn't I just impose my morality on you because stealing is wrong? And then, let's see. There was one more thing I wanted to say. Let's see. Oh, well, I guess I must have forgot it, and I didn't write it in my notes, unfortunately. But yes, so that's where I'm at. This is why I'm pro-life. If you have any comments or questions, want to have a debate, talk, please. I'm also posting this on my Facebook, so Facebook message me if you want to talk about this. And Oh, actually, that's what it was. That's why it wasn't in my notes because I was going to say this anyway. Remember, everybody, we always be kind to everybody. So we have polite dialogues. So I may have said why I'm pro-life. I may have said why I believe it is murder or some teachings from the church and everything. But I want you to keep in mind that that doesn't make me better than anyone else. I'm a sinner just as well, and we need to have mercy for those who have committed abortions or have gone through them. I'm not, and like I said, I know I have a small life, but the people I have known who have had an abortion, they're very regretful for it. They really wish they didn't go through with it, and they have suffered. And we pray for them. We show them compassion. We don't say, "Man, you really done messed up. You're going to the bad place." Heck no. We need to be very respectful. We need to be very kind, and remember to always have these dialogues with compassion because in the end, people do go through things that we don't always go through. Me and my wife are very blessed. Of course, I could do a video on that on how like we got ourselves set up for this, thanks to God's blessings. But truthfully, definitely thankful that we got there. But we know not everyone's blessed in our situation. But there's definitely resources to help. There's definitely things we can do as people to make sure this that we protect life. So just remember to always have a very nice, kind conversation because that's how these things are going to happen and this is how it works. So I hope you all do well. Thank you for all your prayers for our little one. We're very excited for him whenever he comes out. We're very blessed to have him. And I do ask that we definitely pray for everyone in this trial. We pray for all those who are against it because we should pray for them. We always pray for everybody. Pray for all those who have committed abortions. Pray for those who have not been the best people. And then for those who are pro life, we pray that they'll make the right choice. That, yes, they protect the baby, but that new laws can be made to help people who don't have the support. Make laws that could actually, maybe even help adoption agencies. I don't know. But just pray that we protect the life here, make sure they're born. But then once they're born, more resources come out to protect life and make sure we're also protected to that natural death. So we protect from the beginning to the end. We pray for that. Well, I hope you all have a good one. Remember, truth is truth. And thank you all so much. Have a good day. Bye.